be confident in our elected leaders that we put them in a position where they can do the best job they can do. And who knows? I mean, like I said, I got a lot of respect for her. Maybe she'll just double down and be a harder oversight chair. Well, good. 7:13. It's Thursday, the 28th day of January. We'll switch gears a little bit here and go in the KUAM News Zoom room where we have Captains Eric and Kari Rudd of the Salvation Army. Like we said earlier, we started the show, PCOR 2. We are posturing towards normalcy. And I know people are going back to work, but I had seen on you guys' Instagram, they have an Instagram, by the way, Salvation Army. It's at Salvation Army GU, I believe. That you guys are out there, working hard, getting aid out to people who need it. So, Captains, we'll just kind of start there. If you could talk a little bit about some of the outreach and relief that you guys have been providing to the community.
Sure. First of all, I'm not related to anyone on island except this lady right here. So,
full disclosure. Okay.
Full disclosure. I just don't want to be in Chris's bullseye there. We've seen a huge number of people coming in for help. I guess one of the utilities went back to all the people that were in arrears and gave them our phone number. So with our EFSP money, we have maxed out, given $10,000 for utility helps so far. Also with our, Emergency Service Solutions Grant for rapid rehousing and homeless prevention, we've helped to the tune of $50,000 with rent and mortgage assistance. We are applying for phase 38, and so hopefully before summer we'll get more monies that we can put back out into the community, but the numbers just have been skyrocketing.
Over the last 2 weeks, it just exploded. Our offices people just started coming and coming and coming. And so it was a bit overwhelming, but we tried to help as many people as we can, and hopefully we can help more people in the future.
Can you kind of give us the status of your operations? Because I know during the lockdowns it was by appointment only, via the telephone. Has any of that changed?
You know what? Our food appointment line is still appointments at this point. Let me give you the phone number. It's 477-9855. And if people need assistance with supplemental food, they can call up Maricel there, and she will give them an appointment. Hopefully, we'll get all the way out of this, but right now they're still being a little bit safe on this end. Our church is open, so we're over there in Mangalao. We're open, and the LRC is I think taking new people, isn't it? The Lighthouse Recovery has now opened, so if people are having addiction issues, they can come in there. In our thrift store, for your son with his record collection, growing record collection, is open again. So we're slowly getting back into the groove. It's very nice. We hadn't been able to meet as a congregation at church since August 9th. So we had our first Sunday this last week, and it was good to see people.
Wow, so it definitely sounds like you guys are back to work again. Could we talk a little bit more about this utilities assistance relief that you guys have provided? Where did the money come from, and do you know how many people you're able to assist?
You know what? I think the funder is Gura, ultimately. I think that seems where most of our money's come from. I don't have a number right now. I'm working on getting the details of how many folks we've helped. I just knew the number of 10,000 for utility help and 50 for the rent and mortgage assistance. So as I do understand it, WestCare may be able to help. They have similar funding, but I can't speak to them because I don't work for them. But understanding that if there's still need, because I know there's lots of people that need help.
Right.
It's
Yeah, I actually reached out to WestCare yesterday, Cap, and they do have the utilities assistance relief. However, they weren't able to come on the show this morning, so I can follow up and maybe get them on tomorrow. Cap had a message here. Are you guys taking clothes donations at the thrift store now?
We are on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And the reason that it's sort of the shortened amount of time is simply because we need to let it wait or sit for a certain time period before we can actually upcycle
Process.
it and put it back into use.
Yeah.
Right.
So
You want to spread COVID, that would not be a good thing. You
No.
pick up a
Definitely.
little extra something at the thrift store would not be a good thing.
Is that just for closed donations? Are you open for other donations on those days as well?
They're taking other donations at this point because until I get a larger building, I can't accommodate furniture, but houseware items and all of those kinds of things.
everything but furniture.
Uh,
However, if you do have furniture, you can give the thrift store a call and we may be able to find a home for it. So there's always options. We're willing to work with people.
What about food bank? I know you guys had made the call out last year to kind of boost the food bank supply for Thanksgiving and the holidays. Are we in need of more food donations?
I think right now, I mean, we were so blessed at Christmas time. People showed up and companies came and supported that so much that I think our food bank is stocked right now. We do have a lot of folks coming through, but we've been blessed. And at this point, I think it would be premature to ask for more.
Okay. Good. So that's pretty much everything we need to know from the Salvation Army, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, thanks.
Other than the fact that we're here for you guys and we love Guam, we want to help people. So as we're able, just reach out and we will do whatever we can for folks.
Let's just real quick go back to the LRC, Lighthouse Recovery Center, open and accepting clients. If you could just walk us through the protocol. Let's say I have a family member struggling with addiction. How do I get them help with LRC?
Let me see here.
Eric's getting the number for you so that we can list it. There is a process. Go ahead and give them a call, ask them, let them know what the situation is, and they'll bring you through the process. There's, I believe, an interview, and there's certain criteria that you need to meet. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know that Val Reyes will know.
Yeah,
You have the number?
I'm trying to get her number right now. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Okay. So if you call LRC, you can call 477-9855 and get transferred to the LRC as well.
Okay.
The phone number is 477-7671 is the direct line to the LRC. And you would ask for either Valerie Reyes or you could ask for...
Maybe Lou Hungy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
They'd be able to walk you through.
let me reach out to them, and then maybe we'll get them on separately. I think the people need to know about
Absolutely. Yeah. Val's she's a spitfire, so
Yeah.
she'd have fun.
that. Yeah, great lady. Do you have an update on the Women's Treatment Center?
Oh, yes. Now that is it H2 workers, as we're able to start, we just need our contractor to be able to get some workers in. And I still have our, the rebar in the ground. I trip over it all the time. We want to get that thing going. That's one of my goals this next year is to make sure we get that program running, up and running. I think Val's really excited about it too. There's a need here that it's just, it kind of sits in between and there's no one to take care of our ladies. So yeah, we are still moving forward with that.
Captain, I remember when we had interviewed you when you first got to the island, you talked about a lot of the recovery work that you were involved with in Washington State, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and I know they are having their fair share of meth problems. So just getting to Guam, boots on the ground, seeing the lay of the land, how bad is it and what can we do to get better as a community?
You know what? I think people are hurting all over the place and self-medicating and trying different things to make it happen. It doesn't seem as desperate here to me as it did up in the Northwest or even in Santa Monica. I know that there are a lot of people in need, but there is good resource here. The gentleman over at the house, a lot of it is they're just trying to make their way through life. And they haven't always had the best opportunity. And so when we self-medicate, we try to figure it out on our own. Sometimes we get stuck in that cycle of using. And
the staff really loves the men, both outpatient and inpatient. Eric and I go over and we do worship service and we also do Bible study. So we're invested there as well. And we teach the men that it's not just about their recovery. It's really about, that's a portion of their recovery as a total. It's really about them as a whole person. So it's more of a holistic approach.
Yeah. The sobriety is one facet of being a whole person, right? That isn't the ultimate goal. That's just part of what's going to get us to a restored kind of life.
Right. Jason. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Solis.
Yeah, Captain, it's so good to have you on again. I know we haven't caught up with the both of you since the holiday season because obviously, that is the busiest time and, the good work that you do in the community. But speaking of catching up, Captain Eric, I just want to say your beard now, as we are getting towards February, is back to like, have you regressed to the mean, as it were? Because I know you had it going for a while.
Yeah, you know what? It went almost for a year, and I don't know if it was about a week or so ago. We had a couple of really hot days, and it was so humid, and it felt like I was I was being all like wearing a scarf, and I was like, I gotta get rid of this thing. It loses its
Novelty.
It does. It loses its novelty after a little while with the heat and humidity here.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a big, thick, long beard works in the Pacific Northwest, but out here with the island humidity, maybe not so much. But
yeah, no, it hides my face, but other than that, no.
All right, captains. Thanks for checking in. Keep us posted. Anything you want to get the word out about, like if you do another round of the utilities assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out.
You know what? We'll let you know ahead of time so people won't be on this end of it. So
right.
Sorry about that. We'll get you next time.
Okay. Right? Thank you, Captains Eric and Kari Rudd of the Salvation Army. There you go.
Have a great day.
7:25. We'll take a really quick break and come back with more of The Link. Good morning.
The relationship between Guam and Manila, Philippines is undeniable.